Battle at Ben Het. NVA assaults US Army defense. On a much smaller scale, the NVA Tet offensive was repeated in 1969. Near Ben Het, an American firebase came under armored attack by units of the North Vietnamese Army 202nd Tank Regiment. Holy shit, they actually have some kind of tanks? Haven't seen any in any of the missions before. The NVA goal was to take out the large self-propelled artillery pieces located there. A platoon of Patton tanks from the US 69th was also located at the firebase. I wonder what type of a tanks are we talking about? Something that's useful in tank-to-tank battles, or something that's more about infantry support? I would lean probably toward the latter. Although Patton tanks aren't exactly the cutting-edge tanks at 69 either. We get to assault the US Army. I'll take it. Pretty much your standard Soviet gear as far as the infantry is concerned. We have satchel charges, no flamethrowers on the holy shit. Key T-76s, aren't those more like APCs maybe? I mean, they have a gun, but they're not exactly they're definitely more APC type. So barely has any armor, but it does have a proper gun. Carry capacity is 6, so they are not really troop transports. I suppose it's what you have now these days too. So especially in urban environments, you don't necessarily want your big, heavy tracked main battle tanks. You want something that uh, protects your troops from more small arms fire. Might even have tires, and then it has a turret and a gun, so it can provide support, function in a support role for infantry squads. But you wouldn't want to go toe to toe against proper tanks with it. It does have anti-tank shells, about 10 of them, decent ones. Doesn't have vision of 0, rangefinder of 1. These will not hit in longer ranges at all. 20 is probably a luxury. Right. There's something else. Zeus. These would be anti-air. Catastrophic against infantry. Problem is, it has 10 shells. So, shit rangefinder, fire control is pretty poor. I don't think this could hit an aircraft. It might be able to hit a helicopter. Something along those lines. Open top. Yeah. It's probably good against infantry, but only has 10 shots. Heavy mortar. Do we have automap as assets? Probably not. No. Okay. It's more or less a repeat of the previous mission though. Attack a hill, your troops are surrounding the hill. I would say smoke will work in our favor in this though. So, I don't know if I have the luxury of firing it though. Project. Excellent. Let's see. Right, how the hell are we gonna attack this? Tanks cannot go first. We need to smoke out their tank positions. the infantry. We have 12 turns. Not a huge amount of time. What I'm worried about is, do they have a lot of aircraft? If they do, that is a problem. Big problem. So should I save the AA guns for that? Or should I try to go for the infantry? Doesn't have ammunition for the machine gun. Well, RPG-17s. These are either pointless or extremely valuable. Oh shit. The tanks we have might be good to take down bunkers, although you don't have smoke. Right, because you're North Vietnamese army. No, actually it's because you're a sapper squad. Yeah, this isn't in a good place. Bunker will absolutely annihilate it. Although we could protect the line of sight, but that'll mean we won't be able to do anything useful. If I fire suppression fire, I'll probably die, but at the same time, gotta do something, otherwise we're gonna lose the mortar. Sappers should be able to disarm mines if they're next to them. Infantry needs to be standing on the mines. And if this sapper squad moves, it's going to be annihilated without a doubt. So if someone could show their face a little bit further away, that would be great. Recoilless rifle, carbine, anti-air machine gun, and a claymore mine. Anything else? If I move forward, I'm going to be annihilated. Still, I can't exactly hold back just because it's gonna be enemies shooting at us. So what exactly can we do? We have a couple tank equivalents here. Only a couple. I don't think he has the recoilless rifle, so he can probably take us out. Armoring wise, we're not all that different from him. We just have a gun instead of a recoilless rifle. And there could be tanks here. No, we know that there are tanks somewhere here. Still, the bunker has to be taken out. I think we should try to move toward this area in general. We can probably break through here, then pour in there. If we try to go through all of these areas, we're going to have to just fight more bunkers than we otherwise would have. I don't think that's a particularly good idea. We don't have a huge amount of time, but I think we have enough time for this. If we fight against all opponents, it'll just take more and more and more time. There's more or less the tanks left. What to do with you? I think as long as we keep one thing in mind, we'll be more or less fine. We are here to support the infantry assault. That's it. We try to rush in with the tanks on their own, we're gonna get in trouble. They don't have the carry capacity to put infantry inside them, so that's another thing to keep in mind. Can't quickly ferry troops back and forth. We probably want a distraction before we want to go put a tank in the line of fire here. Probably. Right. Try to push through from a single point. We do have to keep in mind that there are tanks somewhere waiting for us. Blindly rushing into everywhere is not a good idea. Also a little bit worried about possible aircraft just flying here and causing me trouble. Okay, do we want artillery? The mortars aren't really seeing shit. I think smoke will more or less work in my favor here. Within reason. What we don't want is to go into a position where multiple tanks, for example, can all fire at me. I cannot deal with that. I don't have that kind of a firepower. Right, if we go up on this hill, everyone here can fire on us. Not a simple matter. I think the best... Ooh, they have a claymore mine, whatever that means. I think it means that I can't... It would be... A claymore is more or less a directed anti-infantry mine. So I'm not sure how it would work on a static target like a bunker, because the minefields are a separate thing. I suppose you could attach it to a vehicle and try to destroy it. The point is, I'm not sure if it's used as an anti-infantry or anti-vehicle weapon in this game. Not sure what the best way to deal with the bunker is. Because if I go there with a vehicle, I'm still going to be open to fire from these areas. If I try to go with the infantry here, I'm probably going to be shot to pieces in the same way. So maybe try to get smoke here. That would give us... no, if I go there with anything but the vehicle, I'm going to be slaughtered. Right, if I move a little bit, I might be able to get a gun to start firing. The problem is, I don't know if I want to do that. Okay, at least I'm fairly certain there aren't any mines here, so we could... I want to get... Ooh, that's probably not a good place to be, but... okay. Yeah, about as good as it gets. No one got into any position where they would be too vulnerable. And we do want to get rid of some of the mines. Not sure how much time we should spend here trying to get rid of them though. RPG 17. This is something that will fit into a vehicle. Yes. Mm. Same with the recoilless. I think the recoilless need to be placed in the vehicles. Otherwise, the mobility is just so piss poor they can't do anything. Carry capacity of 0. Proper positioning is important, but I'm not sure how much time I have to sit here and wait things to go our way. I think someone's going to have to stick their nose out. That's how it's going to have to work. Okay, sapper team cannot be the first one to go there. Although that's most of what we have, and in some ways it's actually better to use a sapper team than to sacrifice rifle squads. Rifle squads have, well, some rifle squad had the anti-tank missiles, not all of them do. Yeah, we're definitely being spotted from this location. But it's simply better to be spotted. If the tanks are the ones who get spotted first, we're just gonna get more heavier casualties. That said, I'm not too comfortable with what I'm seeing. Especially here, if there's some kind of a unit, it would basically devastate our entire infantry group here, and I couldn't really do much about it. I'm thinking of firing smoke here. I don't have smoke. Great. This will be catastrophic for us. I want suppression, at least a little bit. Right, it wasn't that bad for us. And without a doubt, it got some suppression going. Yeah, that's a bit worse. Didn't want to be there anyway. Okay. That is extremely valuable information. M4T8A3. They have vastly superior tanks. Good gun, good armor. So where exactly is the smoke dropping? No, not horrible location, I'd say. Might still... This is pretty pointless. Still, what the hell is that? It's going to have some kind of unit, same with this one, because it does have the fortification. This is pretty pointless though. If we could drop it right on top of these, that's a different matter. This probably not. What we are really would be interested in is blocking their line of sight to the south. So this isn't a horrible location to bombard things. Just checking, do we have direct lines of fire on anything? Nope. How are we gonna handle these things then? We show our nose there, we are dead. At the same time, these are wonderful at taking down infantry, so I can't exactly keep ignoring them. But I can't come out through this, it's just death for us. Hello, Mr. Bunker. You don't have smoke. Fuck. Going straight up against the bunker probably isn't a horrible idea. There's a height difference here, so I don't think they can really fire at us all effectively. AA gun. It has enough firepower to punch the armor. Maybe not the front. I think the front too. Ah, for God's sakes. And no one saw it. Infantry versus anti-air gun is not a good fight to have. Still, this is not a good place to be in general. Yeah, no matter what we do, this is dangerous. Who the hell has smoke here? Almost no one, I guess. Some of the rifle squads have it. Trying to rush in there without smoke, that's pretty goddamn hopeless. A tank can see us. Not much I can do about that. We get the recoilless out, but not sure how much that would really help us. Somewhat frustrating situation. This thing needs to be taken out though. I think everything like this is a vehicle. Right. What we need to make sure is that they don't fire on the same target consecutively. Oh shit. Our chances of hitting are terrible, and we don't have a huge amount of good ammunition, so for fuck's sake. I shouldn't. How the hell does he see me? Well, I don't. It's because of the visibility 10. This is more or less, I guess, a night attack. They have vision of 20 very likely, so they can always see the 20 no matter what the condition. So there is a clear line of sight, just not enough visibility for my unit to see shit. So we got lucky there that we didn't lose anything. Okay, still. It's very risky to go here. Because I have no idea where these things can actually see. I'm thinking this is an environmental block, not a visibility block. But if we go right next to a target like that, the thing is, I will not hit it if I don't go right next to it, and it has a weapon that has capability of destroying my tanks, definitely annihilate my infantry. So I need to get rid of it. I absolutely have to get rid of it. Yeah, and there's another one covering it. And it was destroyed because it's some kind of super tank instead of a shitty APC apparently. Still, totally worth it. The bunker will annihilate us. Can't do anything about that. We show our face on the top of that, we're gonna be annihilated. So I need to get into position to fire on certain targets. Yeah, this is a more troublesome situation than I thought. I'll lose a couple of squads of infantry at the very least. Can't be helped. Mortar destroyed. Shit, that means less smoke. Did the smoke even land? Yes. Smoke will block them, so we should be okay to move here. Yeah, that's actually a preferred smoke location for me. This is sort of pointless as far as I can see. Right, we more or less want to isolate the Pattons from taking part in the breaching of the initial defenses. This bunker has to go, otherwise the infantry can't get through. We can't afford to lose a huge amount of tanks, no matter what. Infantry might have to take care of this. That's gonna be tough. It's not a huge amount of smoke here. There's probably another vehicle there. I would say anti-air similar to this. Are we gonna handle that? Problem is, if I go there, the Pattons will slaughter us. But I got to go somewhere. I don't have enough ammunition to waste on random shooting that has almost no chance of getting a result. So that's why I'm not blindly firing. I don't think it's a problem with the vehicle necessarily. I think it's a problem with the North Vietnamese army. They seem to have reduced ammunition on certain units. Could someone fire direct fire smoke? You can't see shit. No. Ah, crap. Well, we have a single tank here that could still do something. It would have to be the bunker. I feel the inability for us to move troops here, infantry here, is the bigger problem. This is, it's not really protecting anything vital here. It's covering these couple of areas here. We can ignore it for now. Oh shit, he can see us. Yeah, the chance to hit is just abominable. And they don't have any smoke, so I can't really shoot smoke right on in front of them. Massive mild suppression fire might work. I know I need to do something, but I just don't have good options. I fucking hate it. No matter what I do, I'm taking a massive risk on the units. Yeah, the Patton can see us anyway. Extra Pattons, apparently. Right. So the worst possible place to go to then. God damn it. I don't see how we're gonna do it unless the smoke lands in the exact correct spot. Ah, shit. And there's another one there. Ah, fuck it. I'm going to have to wait another turn before I can do anything. Post small troops in the location where they are at least somewhat capable of doing something. Next turn at least. But we have to make some moves in the next turn. There's no excuses anymore. We need to be able to take this hill more or less. No matter what happens. And taking the hill means driving tanks. Yeah, I don't like this. Don't like this at all. I'm surprised I haven't seen more infantry yet. That's actually my biggest worry, because I can't lose all of these fights. If I have to struggle against the armor and their infantry a huge amount, this isn't gonna go anywhere. This rifle squad also doesn't have any anti-tank capabilities, so yeah, good luck trying to do anything useful here. Doesn't have smoke ammunition. It's a sacrificial unit we can use once we try to do a proper assault somewhere. And we could try some suppression fire. I don't see a downside to this because it's gonna fire at us and slaughter us anyway. So if we can get some suppression going, it can shoot us some less. That's it. It's a bit of a waste. Ooh, we got a lucky shot. Yeah, because the RPG only has a handful of ammunition, so it's a waste. Well, it would have been a waste, but we succeeded, so it wasn't a waste. We got lucky there. We got very, very lucky. Shit, it's a bunker! Well, I knew it's gonna be something. And the entire point of trying to break through somewhere was more or less to be able to avoid having to fight the same type of defenses everywhere. Vulcan. That'll eat up people like nothing. They will not survive it. I guess we need to start locating here. You wouldn't happen to have smoke. 3. I think it's worth using. Vulcan is too good of a people killer. It's a minigun, basically. Can turn our infantry to red mist. Okay, we're in a position to take down that at any moment, but it's not exactly a great position to be in. If we go there, this can shoot at us. We're sort of trapped here now. We have way too much infantry in the same location. That's never a good idea. Doing it anyway for some reason. Could try to take down mines or could try to make progress. The reason I want to sort of push forward is that the sappers don't seem to be that good at. Well, some sapper squads are not that good at anti-tank action anyway. The other is that I'd rather have them shoot at our infantry than the few tanks that might actually be able to do some serious damage. Great shot. What to do with you? Probably shouldn't be doing anything. Third of the mission done. Right, we've more or less isolated 2 of them. The third one is still fully operational. Bunker can still slaughter all the infantry, and there are additional troubles popping up all the time. Still, where exactly is the smoke landing? No more smoke ammunition. 2 smoke ammunition. 2 smoke ammunition. Mortar could probably penetrate APC armor, or at least immobilize one. So I'm not sure if we should be too hasty on wasting those type of shots. Still, what do we need to do? We need to try to get rid of the bunker. If we can get rid of the bunker, that'll solve a lot of our problems. The infantry group here can move forward with this. Anything else? I need someone to go in there and spot for me. I need to see what can shoot at us and what can't. There's a good chance the Patton can still shoot there, so coming through here with all the little tanks is risky to say the least. However, these 2 can probably move without any kind of threat from the tanks. Although there's a little sliver there that they might be able to see through. I'm going to the front because the front armor is the weakest. Right. That alone will go a long way in getting things to go our way. We have enough high explosive ammunition on the gun that we can also slaughter infantry without too much worry. Right. Great. Not bad at all. Drop to recoilless. Pretty sure I could go there without any real negative repercussions. They do have a couple of anti-air vehicles here though, and the smoke isn't gonna last forever. Still, things aren't looking that bad. We still have too many troops right on top of each other. Right, I'm not seeing any major problems here. Patton will see us at some point, not sure what that point is though. And the Vulcan will certainly see us. That's a problem for the infantry mainly. Maybe APCs of certain type, but not. I don't think the tanks are vulnerable to it. Maybe like he might be immobilized or something along those lines. Please don't react fire. Just wasting your ammunition. need to do something with the Vulcan. There's way too much infantry on top of infantry here. There's no way we can do anything. Might be able to get there without getting shot, but what then? It wouldn't really change anything. Okay, sappers, please! Anything that would reduce the number of mines here. Rifle squad. We're incredibly lucky they didn't fire on us. That's scary. But we are within striking distance of good targets. That's, I guess, the more important thing here. I would definitely like to get rid of at least that mine too. Please don't do that fucking reaction fire. You're right next to a full rifle squad and you're firing on a goddamn bunker that can't possibly even fire back. Well. Something's gotta... fuck. Yeah, Vulcan and Patton are firing at us. So this is not the place to be. This seems like an obvious thing at this point though, so... Problem is, if I move with this now, there's two guys who have already shot at it in one, so they will not have the typical negatives firing at a target. Okay, so he can shoot at me, but I can't shoot at him. Because he has this ability. I don't. No, that would be only 9 hexes, so that doesn't make sense. Just some sort of bullshit. So, how are we gonna handle this? It's an artillery piece. Can't really go next to it or the pattern will get me. In fact, I more or less wanted to see what I can expect here. I was not expecting this. I want to stay here. The gun it has is definitely enough to take down these shitty tanks. Still, someone does have to go up there and cause some fuss. So we need to suppress the rifle squad. Not a luxurious job, it has to be done. And this is not a bad place to be for a tank anyway. Can offer fire support there, especially after the smoke clears a little bit. He probably saved the Sapper squad's life too. Bullseye. That was a miracle shot, basically. I'll take it. I need something to... No, I don't. I was thinking that I need to do something about the infantry squad still, but I don't think I do. It's retreating, so it can get himself under control. That's not really the question here. I'm not sure if it'll achieve all that much. I could go and fire on the M109. I've already moved quite a bit. I would like to drop recoilless somewhere, maybe here. It's a little bit risky at the moment to go there. But the infantry unit might not be visible all that easily. And after a turn or two it would be in a fantastic position to offer fire support. Sort of similar thing here. I want to fire now. Okay. Things don't look that bad anymore. They're not great by any means, but could be a lot worse. Right. The artillery is still landing. I think we're more or less just dropping mortar fire on the known tank locations. Might get a lucky shot, something along those lines. We're not even at the halfway point of the mission either, though. Their center defenses are strong. We have no more massive amount of smoke we can drop on the battlefield, so we need to achieve something in the next couple of turns. Otherwise, we're gonna have to face the Pattons at long range with units that are vastly inferior. Recoilless. You can see the bunker, but that's not something I need to shoot at. You can see you can't see the Patton for some reason. Yeah, this smoke wasn't here earlier. Guess I mortared it myself. Not a horrible thing necessarily. I think we should think about positioning certain anti-tank units hold position after the smoke clears instead of trying to rush them in. I don't see any massive benefit in moving recoilless troops a few hexes closer. This is actually a perfectly fine spot for them. That preferably, because the tank corps here will keep smoking, so that's not gonna go anywhere. We could shoot at the bunker, but we only have a couple of anti-armor piercing rounds, so I'm not sure that's a good idea. We need to get into positions where we can shoot at the tanks. That's the basic thing here. Right, if we would get another recoil somewhere here, that'd be great. Don't really have to achieve much, just stick there, wait for the smoke to clear, then shoot while others distract. That's more or less how I see that working. We start shooting with the recoilless rifles, we're just gonna lose them immediately. So it has to work some other way. Someone's going to have to go there and take a hit. Yeah, I was hoping that the effect isn't quite so deadly, but it's what it is. There has to be a vehicle that goes there now. Might as well be you. Perfect. I want to get closer and closer and closer. We need to be in a position to throw a lot of infantry on the tanks on the same turn, otherwise it might not work. Even then we're looking at a massive amount of casualties, unless we can somehow come up with something clever. Also need to spread out the infantry a little bit. That smoke probably isn't enough to block anything anymore. So if we go there, the Patton can fire at us. At the same time, we have to move closer to take out the bunker. It has to be taken out, but okay. Another one of those. Ooh, there's trucks. Wouldn't happen to have smoke. Well, I want to smoke there though. Wasting ammo. That's disgraceful. Right, we're starting to be very, very close to the key targets now. We can distract them even a little. We can certainly take this line of tanks away before the northern Pattons can really do anything about it. Also, Mr. Sapper, clear out more mines. Mainly trucks. It might be a good idea to try to kill them, because it'll have a massive suppression effect. And they're also armed. Recoilless rifles and everything. Not sure what the best way to use the AA units are. But I can see how they use them against the light units. Sure, we should even involve them in with the Pattons. Basically, I want to be in a position where I can only move a single hex or nothing, and in a great position to fire. We are in that position a couple of places. Right. Sorry about the interruption. Not that I was doing anything too important anyway. More or less planning for the next turn, I guess. Nothing's gonna happen on this one. Although... what exactly... I'm using high explosive ammunition against them. That's what I wanted to know. Okay, RPG team out. Well, dead trucks would help here quite a lot. Not even a single kill. Shit. If I can't get rid of the trucks, tanks are gonna be tougher targets. Okay, that's routed. Means I'm probably okay to stay here. Can it shoot at me if I go here? No, not yet at least. Not sure if it's a good idea to keep shooting at trucks when we're about to attack tanks. Well, it is what it is. Next turn will probably decide a lot. If things go our way, it should be fairly simple at that point. If not, our attack will basically stall pretty badly. This bombardment is totally worthless. I just don't see the targets. It's not effective. Where's the smoke? Yeah, the smoke will disappear. It probably has disappeared here already. Not quite, but it might even disappear on that once I end my turn, so they can fire at us while I can't fire at them. So this is a terrible, terrible, terrible position to be in. I need to use infantry as sacrificial lambs. This is a fairly good position for the recoilless rifles. They can fire on all the tanks that I can see, as long as please don't do any reaction fire. If we get spotted here, it's basically game over for us. If we start doing reaction fire, we're unlikely to be successful in it anyway, and we just show them on my location. So I'll lose them without being able to do anything near all that's constructed. RPG teams. They're not close enough to do any kind of an assault. This one is. But they would have to be dry, pretty much. If I could destroy the M109, it would create a nice more smoke screen against the Patton. Maybe same thing with the trucks here. I think we should start with that. Except you can't see shit. Wonderful. Why not? I think yeah, they might have fired something, so there's enough smoke. No, the tanks probably raised enough smoke. Ah, for God's sakes. Why does it have to be so complicated? It's who moves will decide a lot. I also need to keep the command units close to the action, but at the same time away from the action so they don't actually get killed. Right. We lost a flag. Fuck. What are we gonna do now? That's one shot used by Mr. Patton. And it wasn't too bad for us. We're still in operational condition. Sure, command units are the correct units to move first, but we have to clean this place a little bit. This can take down the tank. I'm not sure if I want to move it yet. This cannot. Yeah, I'm intentionally just throwing people here to die. Holy shit, infantry squad something. And enough smoke to act as a lock. Still, that's 3 shots it's taken. At best it could have 3 more. Likely you have 1, maybe 2. The infantry squad is the bigger problem. Yeah, no reaction fire this time. Yeah, we did. I was hoping at least a single casualty that we could cause them. No such luck. It means we can't really do anything until something is done about them, though. We can't go next to them because there's too much smoke and we'll just die. Can see them, but if we shoot anything with this in this case, it'll basically about 3, 4, 5 infantry squads will be totally annihilated for no particular gain. So yeah, not good. I need to take action with the groups here. They need to get something done. I'm not sure what that something will end up being, but they're the only ones who can really move now. Every time I play with the trucks, they're so easily destroyed. But now I can't cause a single goddamn casualty on them. I think we need to bring in tanks now. The Patton hasn't done anything in a while. The M109 can't do anything against the tanks, and the rifle squad can't see us. So I think this is about as good of an opportunity as we're gonna get. We're in a good position to try to take on the Patton. The tanks are nice, but they're still... I mean, the trucks are nice targets, but they're still just trucks. Give a crap about that. Are they reacting to something? No. Nice smoke screen. Retreating, retreating, retreating. Yeah. When people start to die right next to you, it has an impact. Might be able to take the Patton town with the infantry. It's worth a shot. Yeah, it's unlikely to succeed. Still. I need to do something about this infantry squad there. Retreating button. Yeah, we need to push forward with what we're doing right now. These results won't stick. But on this turn, they can make all the difference. I need mass casualties. I want a huge dip in morale. Retreating is not good enough though. Ooh, Mr. Bunker. Cheap retreating. Earthen bunker retreating. Bunker retreating. Retreating, retreating, button ready. Crap. Let's start at the beginning. These groups probably shouldn't do anything. This is very well rested, full of shots, not panicking. So trying to go after it now would not lead to anything good. Swarm them now. Push forward now, and it still makes a good difference. Not sure if I should go after retreating crew, probably not. Crew destroys, another casualty. Do we really have troops that can still act? Well, we got a flag out of them. Can't even see that one. Right, we can't really attack anything good, but we're in a very good position to take down a lot of targets quickly. Also need to cancel the mortar bombardments. Right. The Patton is technically retreating, but I'm not sure it means that we're okay to attack it. Might do reaction fire at the very least. So I'm not sure if it makes a lot of sense to go next to it right now. It will not miss at that range, neither will I. On the other hand, it's a great opportunity. I think since we have the swarm of infantry to support us, we should take advantage of our swarm of infantry and move with it. We don't have a huge rush to try to get some kind of result out of this on the next turn. And they still have capable, full, ready to act tanks there. So it's not like they're totally defeated. Also have jeeps, recoilless rifle jeeps, bunkers. So they have units ready to act. He'll react if I go next to him, but I'm not sure if he'll react if I go here. Yeah, but that doesn't allow me to do anything. We'll see. It's not like no matter what happens, we're in a bad position or anything. We're within striking distance with a lot of units. That'll probably get pulled back anyway. Right, I don't see the bombardment serving any point. We just need to use this temporary suppression to end things. Yeah, they pulled back, but they're ready for action again. They abandoned the bunker. That's fantastic. And their Pattons are ready for action. So they have great leaders, whoever they are. Yeah. If they could have gotten a few kills on the previous turn, I think they would have rallied more. And more importantly, I would not have been in a position to attack them on this turn. Not gonna be easy now either, but I think it's doable. The mortars are pretty much worthless now. This needs to get closer so I can rally things. That's really the only thing it has to do. It does not have to take part in fighting. Same thing with this. Just keep your cool and don't get any more casualties. This is the problem now, though. I need to be able to take down at least another tank. Moving with... No, I might be able to load the Pattons to shoot more. Mostly I think I would get the APC to shoot at me. Can't see shit. Another command squad. Didn't think he could fire. Still, the shot was fairly harmless. The big problem is I pretty much have to go right next to the goddamn tank to get any kind of a reaction out of it. Shit. I wish he wouldn't have shot so early. Yeah, it's a lot of unnecessary casualties on squads that didn't do anything. I can't see shit. So, we're packed a little bit too tight here. Try to go through here or here. Again, there are no good options, just varying degrees of suck. Not sure if I should move with the command squad first. Just asking for a lot of extra trouble if things don't go your way. It's also a pretty well operational rifle squad that might turn and come after us. Still, I really need to go in there and just hope for the best. Oh, US rifle squad in the building. Triple casualties. On the other hand, I needed to know that. I didn't move it there because I wanted to know that though. But it's vital information. That Patton isn't firing us. So they can get more or less like 3 shots. After that, they're pretty much empty. Yeah, this is gonna get slaughtered, but someone has to go there and get slaughtered. That's pretty bad for you, Mr. Patton. I might be able to take a shot at the other Patton too, if I can do something about the infantry in that building. More sapper squads. They have RPG-7s, so I could reasonably suppress or take this one out. Perfect. Shit. Terrible shot on our front. I need another or we're gonna be dead. Headquarters retreating. Hind. Patton is buttoned. Right. This unit did a great job. Now we know exactly what we need to do here. We need a vehicle to fire on that one. And probably go after a lot of other units too. That US squad has to be taken out. Why in the hells can't you do capitalism? See anything special about it? Or the environment that's quite recoilless. Yeah, these won't be able to contribute to anything. Might as well try to get them to at least spot something. Yeah, there's way too much smoke for this. RPG 7. I think we should try to go for the anti-air unit. Not sure if that's the one thing we want to start firing with, though. Shit. Being destroyed. Not a huge shock. Um. Perfect. Ooh, there's a bunker. Well, that's not nice. Okay. This US rifle squad is my main bane at the moment. Something needs to be done about it. Can I shoot at it? No. Could go for the HQ. Not necessarily a horrible choice. I mean, there aren't great choices here. But the HQ is what's keep the morale up. If I can get it routed to get it to leave its well-defended position, it should go a long way into getting things done. Problem is, I can't shoot what I need to shoot. It's pinned, yay, but that's... oh fuck. Yeah, that's bad. I need to just throw units at it. It's not undoable, but it's very costly. At the same time, shit. I'm gonna do it. Yeah, this is catastrophically costly, I know. I prefer my vehicles over infantry at this point, so we're throwing infantry at them. Right, single squad wasted more or less, not that big of a deal. A little bit of reaction fire, but nothing too dangerous. If I can move any squads there, they are not in a position to counter them effectively. Which means I can also do follow-up attacks with the vehicles I have. HQ gone. Infantry squad gone. Their tank didn't react. I'm gonna go for the tank itself. Although, well, if the Jeep reacts, it reacts. If the tank reacts, it reacts. I still have vehicles that can move next to them, so it's not a good place to move. Shit. Well, didn't go exactly how I planned it, but not in a terrible way either, though. I think I achieved more or less what I wanted to achieve. It's ready for the tanks to go in and finish things. Sort of. Maybe? It's risky, but yeah. Works both ways. Yeah, there's no real recovering from this. Probably get the Jeep if I want to. Not sure it's a good idea to go right next to it. It's less well defended than I am. But I'm hoping I have additional vehicles to wrap things up. Yeah, I'm just immobilized, so he failed. Ooh, shit. Yeah, he failed pretty spectacularly there. Right, it's game over for him. Any other targets we could reasonably take out? A couple of infantry squads, maybe. Perfect. It's game over. 7 turns. I like this mission. Yeah, a couple of infantry squads still trying to fight back. It's too late. Even if they get some kills, they've already lost, right? So we lost some men, some artillery pieces, a couple of fighting vehicles. But yeah, I think we did fairly well. At the same time, Not sure how you could have effectively defended that. It's all about the smoke. I think you could have repositioned your troops once the smoke starts landing. Because if you wait, the enemy has overwhelming numbers, the Vietnamese in this case. So if you just wait behind the smoke for them to come to you, you do not have enough shots and time to react to counter all of them. So you'll simply be overwhelmed. At the same time, if you could cause initial casualties on the tank front, even a handful, and the anti-air vehicles could fire on the infantry a little bit, the attack would simply stall right there. It doesn't require all that much. Basically, try to patch the places between the bunkers as far as infantry is concerned, and then focus on stopping the tanks coming your way. You can always pull back a little bit too, but it's doable. I think the fact that they couldn't get tank kills early on is basically what worked for me so well. And the smoke. If I hadn't used the smoke, it would have been pretty much impossible to bring any of the tanks to bear in any reasonable manner. Because they have the visibility advantage, probably around 20. So we could see 10 hexes forward, they could see 20. So the smoke was the equalizer there. Not a bad mission at all.